Okay, it looks like the red table is almost table ready. Roger's facing this way. He's ready to go. His body's facing this way. You did it, Roger. So is Jerkiah and Dejaya. Good for you.
Thank you, Miss Cole.
And Diana, she's ready to go. Table ready. Yuriel, put the sticks away. So we have been learning about penguins for the last few weeks, and one of the things that we've been learning about penguins is how big they can get, and the things that they have to do to survive and to take care of their little babies. Yesterday we pretended that we had a little baby or an egg on our feet, right?
Yeah.
And we had to waddle around to make sure that that egg did not touch the ice, right, Jerkiah? Okay. So when we are talking about penguins and their feet are very important. But I know another meaning of the word feet, and it has to do with what we were just doing here on the floor with our craft sticks and our baby steps. What were we doing to these jumps that are on the floor? Jacob?
We were measuring them.
We were measuring them. So what I want you to do is turn to the people at your table, and I want you to tell them what feet means.
Feet is like
What's
this.
feet? Turn to your table, turn to the people at your table, and tell them what feet means.
Feet means like when you walk. Feet means like when you walk. Just like fruit. Just like fruit.
Your table's back here, Sebastian.
Miss Thompson.
Your table's right there, Jerkiah.
Guys, I was being guys. Let me dig into stuff. No, I didn't. So you could be quiet.
Okay. All right. So I heard a lot of people talking about these kind of feet, right? A lot of people told me words like walk. Some people said toes, so I drew toes. Could be shoes.
Vegetables, just like feet.
Okay? But there's another kind of feet.
Bottom.
If we're talking about when we measure things, what does the word feet mean for that? Have you ever heard that kind of feet before?
Whoa.
Okay, so we have been measuring with things like paper clips and baby steps and basketball player steps and craft sticks. And show me with your fingers about how big is an inch. How big is an inch? Very good. It's about the size of a paper clip, right? That's about how big an inch is. But if you want to be measuring something that's going to be way more than just an inch or two, then you would go to the next size up, and that would be using feet to measure. So instead of using inches to measure, you could use feet. So for that one, I'm going to draw a ruler, because a ruler is 1 foot. And if you put lots of rulers together, you'll have several feet. So in this book about penguins that we've read before, it gives us a photograph of a real penguin, Jerkiah, with an egg sitting on top of that dad's feet. Talking about this kind of feet, right? Like we have feet way down here. Point to your feet. Point to your neighbor's feet.
Me.
Okay. So it's talking about the egg sitting on the father's feet, and here's a close-up one. There's that chick that has hatched sitting on the dad's feet, right? Mom's big feet lift the chick off the frozen ground to keep it warm. Those are your feet, Jerkiah. Now put your seat in your seat instead of your feet on the floor. Okay? Then you'll be ready.
It's too hard to put my foot in my shoe.
Well, push hard. You'll be all right.
Like this.
Okay, so now what I want you to do we've talked about two different kinds of feet. We've talked about the feet like penguins have and like we have, and we've talked about the feet that you can measure with. This piece of paper has feet on this side, and then you're going to write feet on the other side. We're going to draw or write
Feet.
about the two different kinds of feet. So get your pencil out. And on the first side, you can draw the first kind of feet. You can draw or write whatever illustration you want to make to show that we're talking about this kind of feet, the feet that are on the floor, right? So take your pencil and draw or write about those kind of feet. And you can tell the people that you're sitting with what you're drawing. Go ahead, Uriel. Draw your feet.
I'm writing. Why is it the same thing on me?
Draw your feet. Because there's two different kinds of feet, right? Taven's drawing. I see a nice big leg with some toes at the bottom.
That.
Nope, we're drawing it. We're not drawing it. We're drawing the kind of feet that are on our floor. Only one kind. Only one kind. Okay? When you're done with this kind of feet, flip your paper over. And on the back side, draw something to show the kind of feet that we measure with. So I drew a ruler. You could draw a yardstick, which is even bigger than a ruler. So a yardstick has like 3 feet altogether. If we put 3 rulers together, you would have a big yardstick. Okay? We can use those to measure. You could draw measuring tape like I showed you the other day. So measuring tape, that can be very helpful if you're building something that might be very big because it can go even longer. And you can use this to also measure how many feet something is, how long it is. So draw something on the back of the paper to show that we're talking about the other kind of feet, the kind of feet that means to measure how long something is. And then show it to the people at your table and tell them what you drew.
I'm drawing a yardstick.
Sebastian's drawing a yardstick. Ooh, that's very long. Much longer than a
I
ruler.
drew a yardstick.
What are you going to draw, Jose?
I got a.
Okay, you draw. Oh, you draw feet on the bottom of the turtle. That's a good idea. So now we're drawing the other kind of feet, the kind of feet that's used to measure. So you can use a yardstick to measure how long something is. A yardstick. Okay. What are you going to draw, Uriel?
This compass in. Look out.
Okay, so this side you drew these kind of feet have toes. So this side you need to draw the feet that shows to measure how long. So what are you going to draw? Okay, that's the other kind of feet. So you could do like what Sebastian drew. He drew a yardstick. Just like I drew a ruler. Okay, you have about 30 more seconds to finish drawing what you use to measure that kind of feet. I see lots of rulers. It looks like Joni has a tape measure, and he even put some numbers. So did Taven, and he put the little dashes that are on the ruler. I see lots of rulers with the little dashes to help you measure. Sean, you drew the feet on this side with the toes, right? And then what did you draw on the other side? You need to draw one that shows how to measure something. So it could be a ruler, it could be a yardstick, it could be a penguin, because we're going to measure a penguin. We're going to see how long he is. So you could draw a penguin with a line next to the side of him and see how big they are, right? Oh, good, Uriel, you drew a ruler. Awesome. Look at somebody at your table and say, you did it.
You did it.
Awesome. underneath your box. And put your pencil inside of your box. Hands on your head when you're ready.
This is how you make foot.
Hands on your head when you're ready, with your paper under your box and your pencil in your box. Red table is ready, you did it, red table. Green table is ready, you did it, green table. Blue table is ready, you did it, blue table. Put your hands down. Raise the roof, raise the roof, lower the floor, climb the wall. You did it. Take a look at our penguins over here. These are some of the favorite penguins that you all chose last week when we wrote about penguins. So I picked some of the most favorite ones that you wrote about, and we're going to measure them to see how long they are. Now, we just talked about using feet to measure. When we measure our penguins, we're going to choose what we want to use to measure how long these penguins are. We have the king penguin. We have the chin strap. This is the Adelie. The little blue. The rockhopper. And the emperor penguin. Now, the thing about it is that these penguins are all different sizes, and they're in all different orders. I did not put them in order of their size, Jerkiah. So the way that we're going to figure out the order of sizes of these penguins is to do what?
Measure them.
Measure them, exactly. So you get to choose as a class. We're all going to use the same thing. We could use craft sticks. We could use basketball player steps. Or we could use baby steps. Talk to the people at your table. What do you want to use?
Basketball player shoes. Basketball player shoes. Basketball player shoes.
Blah, 1, 2, 3, eyes on me.
1, 2, eyes on you.
Your pencil should be in your box. In your box.
He doesn't have a box.
Put it in your cubby. Okay. Why do you think it's important that we all use the same thing to measure every single penguin? Because you're not going to measure every single penguin. You're only going to measure the penguin that you and your partner have. So why is it important that you use the same thing to measure as everybody else? Turn to the people at your table. Why do you think that's important that everybody uses the same thing to measure?
So they get the same answer.
Sean, they're right over here.
Yeah, you could
What do you mean by the same answer? Are they all going to be the same answer? Oh, Diana's talking about. She's explaining the difference with the baby Okay, 1, 2, 3, eyes on me.
1, 2, eyes on you.
So I've heard many groups saying, well, that way you can get the same answer. And I thought, I don't know what you mean by the same answer. Does that mean every penguin is the same size to get the same answer? No. So I went over to the green table and I said, can you explain to me what you mean by the same answer? And Diana said, well, if you measure baby steps with one penguin and you use like craft sticks with a different one, then it's not the same, right? So if you don't use the same thing to measure all the penguins, are you going to be able to really compare and find out which one is the biggest and which one's the smallest? No. So we need to decide what we're going to use to measure. We have a lot of craft sticks, so craft sticks might be a really good thing to use to measure. We have some basketball player steps, okay? We don't have a whole lot. We have about that many. And then we have this little bag of baby steps. So, put your hands on your head if you think we should use baby steps. Put your fingers on your nose if you think we should use basketball player steps. And put your hands in the air and wave like you just don't care if you think we should use craft sticks. Oh, it's almost a tie. All right, hands down. So what we're going to use to measure these penguins are the craft sticks.
No.
We have a lot of craft sticks, so that's probably the best one. Since it was a tie, I get to pick a tie. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to give you and a partner, and there might be one group that maybe would be like 3 or 4 people, especially for the other penguin. And you're going to measure your penguin. You're going to use craft sticks to measure your penguin, the height, how long it is, right? So I will give everybody a penguin, and your job with your partner is to measure how long it is, and then next to that penguin, write it down. And we'll know that it's craft sticks because everybody's using craft sticks. That way we can compare which one is the smallest and which one is the biggest, and put all the rest of them in order in between there too. Okay? You're going to try to finish that before we go out for recess. When we come back after lunch, you can cut out the penguins and color them the way that they are supposed to look. So measuring happens now, and the coloring and cutting will happen later this afternoon when we get back. So the first one is the king penguin. Raise your hand if you would love to measure the king penguin. All right, Yurdiel. Yurdiel, go find a spot, and I will find you a partner in just a second. Find a spot and get some craft sticks. Chin strap is next. Malia. Adele. Who wants the Adele? Okay, I'll be picking somebody. Little Boo, Josiah, and Roger. Rockupper, Joni, and Sean. Ember. Taven is sitting. Camila and Nick and Diana. Ben and Jamal, their seats, they roll their hand politely. And we got the Adele. Adele. Jaya and Jose. Jacob, you can go with Yuriel. And I need one friend to go with Diana. You go with Malia. Alright, get those craft sticks. Find a good spot on the floor. Start measuring from its feet to the tip of its head.
We need to get our shit out.